Well said to all of you viewers of Equinoxe Television. Welcome back from the weekend. It's the news hour. Thank you so much for joining us. Our major stories tonight: determined Cameroonians and opinion leaders continue to echo and re-echo calls for Cameroonians to stay focused and register massively on electoral registers ahead of next year's election. They say the people who have been suffering for several decades now should shun every distraction and not only register but vote and protect their votes come 2025. More on that in this edition of the news. Plus, road construction works which have been launched in some parts of the economic capital Douala leave commuters really disturbed or worried. This is due to severe traffic holdups, especially at 1.2 at the Douala 5 municipality, where automobile users are obliged to spend hours on the spot. Those are our major stories. Details when we come back. Welcome back, viewers. Thank you so much for the confidence. We begin this edition in politics. We told you that opinion leaders are calling on Cameroonians to shun every distraction or register massively on electoral registers ahead of next year's election. While Cameroon's opposition and civil society intensify their mass campaign to combat voter apathy, others have a different opinion that has left the masses in a state of cognitive dissonance. The group of leaders of the civil society do not support the calls for the massive voter registration, advocating for a total boycott of the electoral process. They say that this is the correct strategy to host the over 4-decade BR regime. For me, Amtong Sanda has more.
The political and civil society actors involved in advocating for massive registration on voters' lists say that the goal is to encourage disgruntled young Cameroonians to register to vote before the August deadline and to go to the polls in the presidential election next year, instead of just complaining that long-serving President Paul Biya will rig election to continue to stay in power. There are about 15 million potential voters in Cameroon, but not more than 10 million are registered according to latest statistics from the election governing body, Elecam. In Douala, like most parts of Cameroon, opposition political actors and civil society members shout using loudspeakers in the streets that all civilians of voting age should register to qualify as voters before the August 31st deadline. A call which has been facing increasing opposition from other political leaders and actors of the civil society. Edith Kawala of the Cameroon People's Party stands for a political transition and says massive registration on the voters' list will bear no impact, arguing that the electoral body and the code in Cameroon have been styled to favor the CPD and party-run government.
I wish to appeal first to a mother, Madame Kabang Wala, that she should join the trend. She's a politician, she's an intelligent woman, and she has always fought for change. It is not when the change is about to happen that she should tell Cameroonians to abandon the trend for change. And many others and so-called politicians who think that they should go to the street, change the electoral code first before they come back and vote. I have not seen any situation in Cameroon where going out to the street have solved a situation.
Edith Kawala is not the only top Cameroonian voice who thinks that way. Maximilian Gombe of the Network of Human Rights Defenders in Central Africa, REDAC, thinks that the BR regime cannot be ousted by the ballot with the current disposition.
In the second part of the news, we will be talking more with Emmanuel Ndium on those outings which have been considered as distractions. Calls for Cameroonians to actively participate in the 2025 presidential election or elections in general continue to intensify across the national territory, and the southwest region, Boya to be more precise, is not left out. Many have been queuing up at the Bongo Square to get themselves registered on the electoral list. Members of the CRM political party assisted Elecam in the process to sensitize citizens to join the trend for a change in the country come 2025. Mala Glory has the details.
I came here today to register for election because it's my duty as a youth of my country to come and register on the electoral list so that I can vote so as to elect our leader that can create an impact, create a change in our country.
And master students from the Faculty of Science at the University of Buea ignited a sense of change among the youths and residents of Buea in the southwest region of Cameroon to register on the electoral list for the upcoming elections.
About 10 people registered from the first day, but from the second day we moved from 10 to about 40. By last week, that was the third day, we were at 76.
During the exercise that took place at Bongo Square, Buea, Cameroon Renaissance Movement opposition party members took the opportunity to meet with floor members amidst obstacles.
The challenge we have met on the ground is that of disinformation. People have been made to believe that nothing can change. So, thanks to the teamwork that we have, when they see people engaging, taking risks, they understand that it is worth supporting them.
Despite these challenges, other sectors of society in Buea actively engaging in mobilizing Cameroonians to register for the electoral list.
For example, we have had men of God, comedians, artists, especially our brothers in the diaspora, motivating their... I just saw somebody there who said that if I don't go and register and have my voter's card, my children in the diaspora will not send me money again.
The electoral register remains open nationwide, with citizens of voting age who meet the eligibility conditions encouraged to ensure their names are enlisted before the 31st of August 2024.
Now we talk something else, but still in politics. The founder of the Social Democratic Face Front Party, the SDFF, speaks out on the controversies provoked by the new party and its name similarity with the SDF, the Social Democratic Front. Shewa David says he is not in fighting with his former party, but he wants to achieve the vision of his political mentor, the SDF founding chairman, Nijon Frunti, in the struggle for social peace and justice in Cameroon. Babila Jonathan spoke with him and compared his reports for the news.
From the Social Democratic Front, SDF, to the Social Democratic Face Front, SDFF, after resigning from the SDF following his failure to succeed its former chairman, late John Frundi, Shewa David is now hoping to seize power with the new political party he founded, the SDFF.
Though my victory was reached as a result of dubious party officials permitting underage students from SWA who weren't delegates from different constituencies to vote, I didn't create this party because I lost the elections into the chairmanship as others may think.
He says he and co-founders of the SDFF want to fulfill the vision of their political father, John Frundi, which he says has been thwarted by the current leadership of the SDF.
I joined SDF because of the vision of His Excellency, National Chairman, my father, and the aspiration of the Social Democratic Front for Cameroonians. Today, SDF is no longer what it was. Some dubious individuals have hijacked the party for money making. They don't defend and think about the grassroots militants. No transparency and accountability in the management of party affairs. No love, no spirit of unity. No social justice. Selfishness, hatred, jealousy, and backbiting have become the agenda of the day. No respect of the constitution.
But why the name, the SDFF?
The Social Democratic Face Front. This shows that we are all the children of Frundi, and we have decided to move ahead. The Social Democratic Face Front has as an objective to advocate for true democracy, social justice, peace, unity, love, and development among Cameroonians.
The SDFF is awaiting authorization by the Minister of Territorial Administration.
And now away from politics, inhabitants of most parts of Douala have been complaining about serious traffic congestion on most road stretches caused by road rehabilitation works which have been launched in Douala. They say automobile users are obliged to spend several hours on the spot, even school-going children or children going to school. The situation was worrisome at Rond-Point Maitu this morning. Now, Smandi Gabriel now tells us what obtained this morning at Rond-Point Maitu in this report.
It was a game of luck for persons who were using the Maitu roundabout stretch of road leading to Aqua this Monday. Circulation on the stretch of road, as it has been for the past weeks now, was difficult for many road users who spent hours on a spot. A gas distributor was frustrated because of the delay he had just to go deliver gas. I have already spent an hour. I left from Koto to go deliver this gas, but the traffic congestion has disturbed my day's activity. The delay has been linked to this ongoing rehabilitation work at the Maitu roundabout, which caused a section of the road to be blocked, forcing all the other vehicles to use one lane. The fear of using a single lane and delaying caused either car owners or commercial motorcycle drivers to devise other means for them to circulate easily. If some were easygoing, other short roads needed some extra force. Road users are now calling on the authorities to hasten the ongoing rehabilitation work in order for them to circulate easily in the economic capital of Cameroon.
And Smart, you spoke with some petty business operators situated along the stretch of road from Maitu roundabout to Aqua. They say the ongoing rehabilitation work on the road has cost them a lot as they no longer make enough profits. They are now begging local authorities to hasten with the works.
Boris is a fruit seller along the Maitu roundabout stretch of roads in Douala 5 subdivision. The ongoing rehabilitation work taking place on the road has negatively impacted on Boris.
It has really made us to lose customers here because, as you can see, customers are unable to come this way. They now use just one side because of the road construction that is going on here. The customers are unable to come this way. So now the business is really down now. Because many customers are not more passing this way because of the traffic.
Because of the ongoing rehabilitation work, Boris also sells less.
At first, when the road was okay without any problems, I could say about 100,000 a day, but now I'm like selling 30,000, 20,000 because it's not good.
If Boris complains of poor sales as a result of the rehabilitation work, it's not the case for this other hawker along the road who sells hygienic papers. He has instead witnessed increase in his line of business because of the heat. Thanks to the traffic congestion here, it has made me to have an increase in my business. The cry of other business people along this road is for the ongoing rehabilitation work to be completed as soon as possible.
Now let's talk something else. The National Institute of Statistics has revealed that about 10 million Cameroonians live on less than 1,000 francs per day. That was in 2022. This is contained in its latest findings published on April 24.